Hello, we're in the Florence neighborhood of Northampton, Massachusetts, at the Our Lady of the Annunciation Church. Annunciation is when the Virgin Mary announced to her parents that she was pregnant. It now belongs to the St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Parish of Northampton. It still exists. It's called Annunciation Chapel. The Catholic Church has never changed their names, the parish names that were changed. It's a very beautiful place, and it was made to serve the Catholics of Florence, of course. And they were quite willing to have such a gorgeous church. Remember, Northampton is a pretty long community. So I'm sure were glad they didn't have to travel all the way to Northampton every day. Now, the parish was set up in 1878 and constructed in 1879, dedicated October 2nd, 1880. So this church is from 1880, it's 144 years old. The pastor is buried in front. We'll go up to him very soon. And he lived along the side. Now, we already have a stop for the school, and then there's the Father Matthew Society that you can see behind it. But you can see the construction of the church is gorgeous, a wooden clad church, very nicely kept, slate roof, and it really complements the black slate itself. So we'll get up to the gravestone. Okay, now the founder of the church and the first pastor of all was Father Reverend Patrick Francis Kellery. He was born in Ireland. And it says on the side of it, this monument has been erected to the memory of the Reverend Patrick Kellery. And it then describes information about him below it, such as his death date. I'll go up to it now. And it says it was put up by his parishioners in memory of him with great love and esteem. That's a very beautiful quote or statement that they're putting up there. And so there's not many Catholic priests buried alongside the church, but if they died pre-1900 and they were the founder, it was typical they would be buried alongside the church. This is the only one in Northampton. For instance, there are 3 in Holyoke, 3 in Springfield, and there are others in other places, and thus so there is some precedence to it, but this is a great honor to have this as such. And he served the church very well for 8 years, 1880 to 1888, with the church itself in place, but 10 years if you count before that. So now we're going to go over to where the rectory was. Okay, so alongside this gorgeous church, there used to be a very nice rectory. The rectory was basically in the green space that you see. This grass would have covered the extent of that beautiful rectory. When I get a picture of it, I'll put it on my Facebook page. I put maps to help you identify where it was. It was definitely right in that green space, very close to the church. It was made at the same time as the church itself in the 1880s. And in this place, they've put a very nice statue in front of it. Remember, Our Lady of the Annunciation is for the Virgin Mary. So they put a statue of the Virgin Mary in front with some little children in front of her. That might be a representation of the Lady of Fatima. Who knows? There's so many cases. But it's a beautiful statue of Mary herself. Now, we're going to point out a very important house on this Beacon Street, because Beacon Street is a very fancy street. Alright, So this house is a beautiful house with a beautiful shingle style Victorian architectural style to it. That's Frank Luck's house. Very gorgeous house. 2 houses down on the opposite side of the street was the house that his wife was raised on. And Frank Luck, as you know, when he died, his wife memorialized him by putting up a Frank Luck Park in 1930. So it's a gorgeous church and home and school all on the street. Thank you.